Hey, good morning, everyone. So, today is Wednesday. It's hard to believe that it is already the 25th of March. We've been now missing school for about a week and a half and just trying to survive in our coronavirus, being closed in the house, right? I don't know what you guys have been doing, but I've been keeping super busy. You can see my little sewing tape I have here. So, yep, I've been sewing a lot. I'm making masks for our healthcare workers, and I needed to do something productive with my time. So I spent about an hour this morning cutting squares about 9.5 by 7.5, and then more squares 5 by 7, and then I've ironed them, fold them over, and given a hem because I'm going to be putting them together to make masks for our healthcare workers. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about yesterday. I've had a lot of people stopping at my house, a lot of nurses and everything, picking these masks up as I've been making them. I put them out on Facebook and said that I've made them. So if somebody in your family does need them, send me a message, either email or some, get a hold of me somehow. It's okay. I'll be able to find it. But right now, our healthcare workers need them. The masks are being made in mass production, but they're only in so many facilities, and then they have to be shipped throughout the United States, which is just a gargantuan task to do. So before everybody, pitches a fit and screams really loud that the government isn't getting all of this done fast enough, it's kind of like we've got a bunch of rabbits, just running, but in the cog that is much slower of once they're made, getting them out to the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of organizations and hospitals and doctors' offices and testing sites. It's going to take time. I wish we could do the Star Trek thing and beam me up, Scotty, or beam them out to everybody, and but that's just not realistic. Realistic means that it's going to take a little bit of time. I wish it were faster. I believe they're doing their best. There are workers like your moms and dads and your aunts and uncles and your brothers and sisters that are right now working overtime trying to get these masks and ventilators and everything made. And now the issue is just getting it out to where they need to be. So it will happen. It's just not as fast as we want. In the meantime, these masks that I'm making, from what I understand, healthcare workers are getting like one of these N95 masks kind of a day until everything gets out. So I'm making cloth ones that can be put on. In fact, I'll grab one for you real quick. I didn't think to bring one in. All right, so here's one of them that I've made. And in fact, it's really kind of fun, you guys. I needed more elastic, and I went searching through my mom's pile of stuff that I brought back from her house for all their sewing, and I found this corded elastic. So even now, my mom is helping people. She would be so happy. But anyway, I'm making the front part here is from that 9.5, and then I have 2 pieces. And this is where they can put that mask inside. So I have the top piece and the bottom piece. And when you put it on, it will be tight across the nose because I put elastic here too, right here, tight, and then it's tight on the sides. So yeah, so I've been really busy. I've made, I don't know, close to 70 or 80 of them so far. I've not been keeping count, but I am helping make some for one of our healthcare organizations that is in the area. So I've got 60 I'm trying to fit. So I've been cutting out squares all morning and trying to get everything done, but I wanted to take a few minutes and just see how you're doing. And you guys, I think if you're my students or you've been around me enough, I'm kind of a mission-oriented person. I have to have something to do. I cannot sit around and do nothing. I miss everybody so much that making these is my way of kind of being with people. I know it kind of sounds silly, but if I'm helping somebody, I feel like I'm being useful. I would love to not quite be as driven, but it's who I am, and I'll just embrace it. So I'm going to go from there. And that, maybe let me throw out there real quick. That might be why some of you are going nuts. You're not designed to sit and do nothing all day. You need to do something. So find something to do. Whatever. You can help your folks. You can clean out cupboards. You can clean out the refrigerator, wash it all down. I know if your mom and dad are listening to this, or yeah, you can do that one. That was the only way that I ever earned allowances. I didn't earn allowances for just doing regular things in the house. I earned allowance for doing the over and above, like cleaning out the garage, cleaning out the refrigerator, things like that. I did not get paid for folding clothes. None of that. I would do the extras. So find those extras and get busy and see what you can do. But some of us are just kind of wired to help people and do things like that. So it's been kind of fun for me to put all of this together, and as small as this little mask is, I know it's going to be helpful to someone and protect them during this time. So let me tell you about the lady I met yesterday. She had messaged me that she heard I was making masks and wondered if she could get one for her husband, and I said absolutely. So she stopped by, and as she got here, I walked it out to her car and everything, and she started crying. She said, "You just have no idea how special this is, and I want to pay you." And I was like, "No, I don't want any payment. I'm not charging a dime for these. I've had a lot of extra material anyway, so I've just been making it. The hardest thing for me is just finding elastic." So anyway, she said no. She goes, "You don't have any idea." She said, "My husband is in the hospitals and he's working. He's on the front line all the time, and I'm just terrified. And I just had a baby a week ago." And she just started crying, and I was just able to let her know that we're really thinking of her, and we're praying for them, that they will be safe, and so there's a lot of need out there. So let me mention that our first coronavirus for sure has hit our area, and so we need to really be careful. If you are not social distancing, that is not smart. If you are bouncing back and forth between houses and going to friends and stuff, it's just not smart. If you are home and then running over to grandma and grandpa's, that's just not smart. We really need to try to stay home, and I know it's hard. It's really, really hard. I've been pretty much just staying in the house. I've only run out to the store a couple of times, actually just like once to get supplies at Joann's and stuff like that to keep sewing the masks. And then I went yesterday to try to find one other thing at the store, and I didn't find it, and I came right back home. So we just need to do our part. This is going to be over soon. It'll be over sooner if we just all work together. I've not lived through anything, and you guys know I'm older. I haven't lived through anything quite like this. I mean, this snowstorm that we had back in '78, that seems, it was really hard in those first few days because it was just so bitterly cold. But here we have heat, we have lights, we have internet, for heaven's sake. I mean, we didn't have our phones, we had no kind of communication. You guys have everything you need. You just don't have everything you want. And that's okay. We don't always get everything we want. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that when this is all over, that maybe we've learned to communicate with each other a little better. I'm hoping that maybe we've learned to be a little kinder. We can get kind of snippy, and I know it doesn't count when you're holed up in your house with your brothers and sisters who are driving you crazy, and you're telling them to get out of my room and leave me alone, stop picking on me, and I get that. But overall, we need to realize just how precious people are, and our family and our neighbors, and we just need to do great things to help people out, and sometimes just a word of encouragement. So I want to just touch base and let you know I'm missing everybody. Um, I'm happy. I mean, I'm not sad. Um, I'm content. Maybe that's a good way to put it. I'm content right now because I'm doing something that is helping others. So I'm not sitting around feeling sorry for myself. And what I'd like to encourage you is if you're sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, then find something to do. Um, I read something on Facebook the other day. Somebody said, "Oh my goodness, by the time this is done, I'm going to have gained 20 pounds, and what are you guys all doing to not get fat?" And I said, "Get a project." Just find a project. I've been so busy making these masks, I actually will go, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jim, I didn't even realize it's 5:30 and we haven't eaten supper, and I haven't even started anything yet." So I've been probably making these masks 8 to 10 hours a day since last Friday. So I'm keeping busy. What are you doing to keep busy? Help around the house. Are you washing down things like I suggested earlier? Wash down things. Help do some laundry, fold things up. Clean out your closet, for heaven's sake. Vacuum. Do some things that are just going to be good. Go through and start separating. Hey, spring is coming, so you can get your winter clothes starting to take care of and get your spring ones out and get all the winter ones like in a box and stick them in your closet. You'll probably outgrow them by next year anyway. And if you think you're going to, then donate them. Or do a quick little Facebook garage sale site and put a couple bucks on each of those shirts and get a little money. So, I mean, there's great things you can do. So just do good things for humanity, and just stay happy. And I'd love to know what you're doing, so you can send me an email or you can post something down below. But you guys just take care of yourself, and I hope you're doing well. Miss you, and hope we're together soon. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.